Tavy, Mr. Greco, members of the Board of Education, and all the teachers that helped play a part during the last 4 years of our lives. We all understand and appreciate that quite often our time together included dealing with our class's crazy shenanigans. I can't say enough about Cairo Durham in regards to the ways that has helped us to grow up and to become better prepared for our future. Today we're all here to be recognized for our strengths and for what we have accomplished in our lives during high school. I'm sure that everyone on stage with me is sitting here with a sense of pride. Graduation is monumental. I believe that we all deserve to feel proud of our hard work, time, and energy that has brought us here. But we know without the support of family, friends, and Cairo Durham, this day would not be occurring. We've all heard the sayings, look at the bright side. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. And simply keep your chin up. But one thing I've learned so far in life is that it's really helpful to have a positive attitude. And I believe that we all have something positive to take away from being a 2011 graduate of Cairo Durham. The idea of thinking positively is something I feel life is all about. Taking the positive out of the negative, and maintaining the philosophy that the glass is always half full, not half empty. Another relative quote, one that came from the movie Rocky, and one that Victor would appreciate is, when you get knocked down, get back up and keep moving forward. I think that we can all see that when people dwell in the past, we never live the future. They never live the future. I should hold a lot of fun, smiles, and the concept of living to the fullest. When I was in 9th grade, we read an essay in our English class written by Robert Fulton, entitled, All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. After reading the essay, we were given the task of filling in the blank. Everything I needed to know, I learned from. The idea was for us to better understand that through various experiences in our life, we can learn a lot. But most of you know I really love sports. I believe that I've learned a tremendous amount about life and thinking positively from sports. I'd like to share a bit of knowledge with you now. So here's a shortened version of my personal essay entitled, All I Really Need to Know I Learned from Playing Sports. Number 1, look for the good. This lesson came from a time when I was playing varsity baseball game last year in Taconic Hills. Taconic Hills is a well-known rival, just access to Corbett. No one ever wants to lose to them. It's the bottom of the 7th, and Mr. Carnes put me in to save the game. Every game before that, I couldn't find the strike zone, and had more walks than Barry Bonds on steroids. But during the game, I threw a lot of strikes. It was amazing. Unfortunately, the other team was able to hit all of them. Long story short, we lost the game. I could tell that my team wasn't happy with my performance, and neither was I. I was upset and held my head down until I was riding home with my dad. He looked at me and said, at least you threw strikes. Wow, what a difference in perspective. It really made me feel better. He was right. They found the good even in this situation. So instead of looking down on myself, I continued to pitch and learned right up until my senior year, where we made it to Joe Bruno Stadium and won the league. Number 2, humility is a great motivator. This lesson came from a game with Coxsackie Athens right before sectionals. Our heads had begun to swell a little bit, as we already had a great season after all. And we're only playing Coxsackie Athens. But we lost. We lost big time. 9-0, it was a huge wake-up call. At the end of the game, no one hustled or put their heart into it. It was a good game anyway because we learned. We learned that it doesn't feel good to lose that way. We let ourselves down, our school down, and most of all, our coach down. Through this defeat and humiliation, motivation set in. During the next 2 sectional games, we played better than ever, truly to our full potential. And those victories led us to the goal of making it to Joe Bruno. Number 3, it's amazing what a pep talk can do. If I had hours to speak, I would fill the rest of my time with the lessons I learned from one man, my basketball coach, Mr. Piano. As we all know, he's been around for a while and has lots of stories to tell. After spending 4 years under his coaching, he dropped off a lot on me and taught me a lot. He's a coach that is passionate and he also gets as red as a cherry every game, no matter what the score is. He consistently puts his heart and soul into whatever he's doing. He never dwells on the past, takes the positive out of every loss, no matter what the margin of defeat is. Our game against Catskill this year is a heartbreaker. We're up by 14 at the half and we blew it in the last 2 minutes. But he pep talked us up, stuck with us, and showed us that he's still there. With his encouragement, we began to believe that we could compete with Catskill and beat them the next go around. And that's just what we did. I don't think anyone had ever seen him so happy and proud. Winning a place in the True Conference really meant a lot to him. And we're able to do it because he believed in us. Number 4, when someone is on your case, it means they care. A happy Piano, however, is unusual to see on the court. More often, at least from my perspective, you can be seen yelling and screaming from the sidelines. I knew it was bad if I heard, "Jonathan!" because no one ever calls me by my full name unless I'm in trouble. Needless to say, he was yelling my name a lot. I'm pretty sure that after 4 years, every team and all their fans knew my name by the end of the first quarter. During the first year as a freshman, it was pretty tough getting yelled at. But one day he told me, "Jonathan, I don't yell at you to embarrass you. I yell at you because I care. I like you. I want to see the best out of you." And he said, "When I stop yelling at you, that's when you need to be concerned. Because that means I've given up on you." Well, fortunately, I never stopped hearing the screaming, so I guess he never gave up on me. One game I made a terrible pass at a costly time during one of our home games. And you could hear him screaming my name all the way in China. I looked at him, and I thought to myself, wow, I don't think he likes me anymore. I think he loves me. Those are only the 4 positive lessons that I've learned from playing sports here at Cairo, Durham that I'll be able to take away with me. There have been many, many more lessons and many more teachers and students that I've learned from, that I've made friendships with at a place I called home for so long. But that all my classmates, given this assignment, would have something, an activity, an experience, a person, or an object that I've learned from, because life teaches us lessons. And I'm sure that many of these lessons overlap. We just learn them in different ways and at different times. My final lesson and a piece of advice is something that you just have to get up and go. This year, several of us have been watching the birds in Mrs. Tolan's classrooms. The eggs were laid, they hatched, and then one day it was their turn to fly. So off they went. Right now, that's how it is for us. In baseball, when you hit a fly, sometimes you don't want to go. Sometimes you think, why bother? They're going to catch it and I'll be out anyway. But we shouldn't think that way. We should go out on a fly. We should just get up and go. Give it a shot. Never stop trying and never give up. Today is my hope that we all do that. Fly away to new adventures and new places and new things. Muhammad Ali once said, "A man who has no imagination has no wings." So use your imagination. Remember that each and every day is a learning experience and it can be used as a tool to grow. Strive to think positively. Live for today, not tomorrow. I wish the class of 2011 all the best. Keep your head up when the times are rough. As a final note, I'll leave you with a creative quote by Kevin Hunt and Danny Peretti. Kevin and Danny, could you please come down here and share your quote?
Don't be a ShamWow in a puddle of fun.